Hello, everyone, and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home of Tottenham past and present, and an exciting future under Ange Postecoglou. And yes, you're not seeing this is a joint stream between the Armoury, Full-Time Sports Network, and some channel called Spurs Between the Lines, who hijacked and came in. But big up, Mia. But anyway, listen, this is the North London debate show. It's THFC Till I Die versus the Armoury. Of course, with legends, that is Bobby, and the ultra legend, that is Brenny, two of the nicest Arsenal fans you could ever wish to meet. It's just they support Arsenal, and that's when it all goes downhill. And Mia is our independent, impartial host and referee tonight. We have followed the guidelines of the PMGLO and the Premier League and the FA, and we have followed that lines to the letter. So, if it's good enough for Nottingham Forest and Everton game to have a Luton fan in the VAR room, it's good enough to us to have a Spurs fan being the referee during the North London debate. But look, let's say hello to everyone. Mia, over to you. Do you want to welcome everyone in, and then we'll get on with the debate?
Who am welcoming you? Just you guys have just welcomed everyone in. You've got the biggest mouth.
Too right, I've got a big mouth, and I'm proud of it. And it's my refusal to be anything less than what I am.
Do I have to talk to these two down here? Because I don't really know if I'm.
Yeah, but you have to, me. You're remember impartial. Remember, I should be impartial.
Damn it, Philip. How you doing? Long time no see, Philip.
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm not too bad.
Good. I think we better keep the transcript of all this going in case the FA want to listen to it afterwards, you know.
The transcript will be available, don't you worry. Yes, well, Arsenal fans, yeah, how are you?
Bobby and Brenny. Bobby, how are you this evening?
No, so I have got a name.
You don't deserve names. Sorry, you don't deserve names.
That was the most interesting, by the way. Man City just scored.
Yeah, no, I've just watched it.
Anyway, how are you tonight, Bobby?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad. How are you, Mia?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Looking forward to the game because I'm going to be there. So you'll be seeing me shouting. You'll probably see me going absolutely mental at some point.
And
like that, just to go and get Romero to take him back to my house.
It didn't take long, did it?
Happened already as he escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he escaped.
And Brenny, how are you? Hang on, Brenny, I've got something special for you.
Oh, here we go.
This will be Arteta after the game on Sunday. Yeah, Brenny's muted himself.
Oh, dear.
I had no idea Arteta was going to be a father again. That's great.
But listen, this is the North London debate. We're going to welcome a few people in, and then we'll crack on with the show. We have good up to Killian Kenny says, big up Dermot. I just saw 180. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Big up to Chris Welsh as well. Big up, everyone. Hope you're all well. Chris, I hope you're feeling better now after your therapy earlier. And Tequila says, LOL, my best mate, Bobby. There you go, Bobby. He's your best mate,
Tequila.
Bobby isn't interested. He's more bothered about watching the City game.
Mate, I've got the Man United agenda causing me issues, and I've got this issue as well on TV. But yeah, I'll sort it.
Did you give Mia that bribe I told you about? The one? Yeah, I did. It's all been sorted. That's why Romero has escaped. He's at the house now, apparently. Mia's got us somewhere in the background. Chris says he's got his popcorn ready for this. Yeah, this is as big as the Royal Rumble will be. Wayne Bonner goes, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well and ready for the fun. Of course it's going to be fun. Good start to the referee and impartiality. says Wayne with laughing emoji.
Wayne.
We've got Chris saying that's me turning the darts back on after City scored. Big up to Jeffrey Drummond. Big up Jeffrey on Mia's channel.
Godfrey.
Oh, Godfrey. Sorry, why did I say Jeffrey? Sorry, Godfrey. So he says, evening all. We've got big up guys at Spurs Between the Lines. We've got Stuart, Remington, loving it, guys. Brenny, Ken. We might be the best of mates, but if the mighty Spurs lose this Sunday, never darken my doorstep again.
No problem, man. If that's what you want, you know what I mean? Because I'll just have to send you something through the door anyway. You know what I mean? Just be laughter.
I don't know.
Big up the Stewie.
Yeah, big up Stewie. Killian Kenny, I'm having dinner. I will be later. Big up Luke Chapman. Big up Derby Debate. We've got Meta Football TV. Evening, good people. We've got Chris Roche saying, to be fair, I moved on from the Derby at full time last night. More important things to life than a football match. Nah. Philip, what was Bill Shankly's great quote all them years ago?
Football isn't a matter of life and death. It's much more important than that.
Exactly. So there you go. Big up to Tequila. Big up to Met TV. We've got Wayne switching sides. Did Dermot say Jeffrey? He's already thinking about I knew that was coming. And, yeah, sorry, Godfrey. I do apologise. I very do apologise. Now
he apologises because he loves Rainbow so much. It's always on his mind.
Yeah, especially Zippy and George and Bongle. But on that bombshell, Mia, it's you to start with the debate. Everyone, please keep it civil, keep it friendly, no swearing, and transcripts for this match will be available from Philip Brady's website after this game, as he's now working with Mia and then impartial. But anyway, get on with it, Mia.
Just in case your solicitor wants a copy of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So we all know how important this game is in the fixture list. I'm sure for me, I always look for this one first. And it's always you. We always play you at home first, which I think is a bit dodgy. Ain't gonna lie. Always think there's a bit of a dodgy thing going on with you guys. Always getting the first fixture, but hey ho. So I'm going to ask the first question, and I'm going to pose this to Bobby. What does the North London Derby mean to you as a fan?
What does it mean? I'll be honest, it doesn't mean that much to me when it comes to Tottenham. And I've said this all along, and Brenny will back me up on how often I say this. You don't mean much to me. You're just the neighbours, the noisy neighbours. And that's all you are. For me, if it's anything to do with London, it's been Chelsea lately. And they're faltering as well. So at the moment, it doesn't mean much, but I would never want to be beaten by you guys, ever. That's how it means to me. Ever. Hate being beaten by you lot.
So it doesn't mean nothing to you, but you don't want to be beaten by us.
Because you mean nothing to us. You don't mean nothing to us. Not to me anyway.
Okie doke. We'll go over to Dermot.
What
does it mean to you?
What a load of cobblers Bobby just said. What it means to me, it's everything. This game is everything. This is the big. We play 38 games this season. 36 games are big. This is massive. I hate losing to Arsenal. I don't like losing to Chelsea or West Ham or any other club. But losing to you lot, I'm sorry. I can't stand it. I hate losing to Arsenal. This is, for me, it's the massive game of the season. And it's the first game I look for when the fixtures come out. When do we play Arsenal? When do we beat Arsenal? It means a lot to us. It means everything. It's bragging rights for the summer, isn't it? It's bragging rights to your mates who are Arsenal fans that we beat you. This game means everything to me. It is the first game I look for, and it means everything to me. Absolutely everything.
Right. Brenny, what does it mean to you?
It's always it's always a big game for us, and home and away. But it's not the first fixture I look for, and I haven't. It's not been for a very, very long time, because from when I was a child, the fixtures I look for, no disrespect, would be you look at Liverpool, you look at Everton, or Manchester United, or years later it had been Chelsea, even to a degree Blackburn, Newcastle, and then I just look at it. I think it's like over the years when we've only beaten you once in 10 years at the Lane, and it's kind of like you guys are always it's like there's adrenaline running through because you know what I mean. You'll don't get me wrong. We always want to beat you, and it does mean a lot to me. But to be honest, I think I would hurt even more if Chelsea beat us.
Interesting from the Arsenal boys. What about you, Philip? What's it mean to you?
I'm just going to wash my ears out. I just can't believe what I've been listening to there. You mean to say the Newcastle and Blackburn games mean more than a Tottenham match for Arsenal fans?
Well, at the time, because they were up there, weren't they? I mean, Blackburn were champions in '95, and they had their little,
Local derbies are local derbies.
Yeah, it's just another game. Just another game.
Oh, come on, now, I didn't interrupt anybody. Let me speak, will you, please?
Sorry. Sorry, mate.
That's annoyed me.
That's a warning for you.
Hang on, cheers, lads. Look at the word in edgeways here. I was going to be very passive. I'm not now after hearing that crap. The Arsenal-Tottenham game is the biggest game for every fan's bar you two. That's what I will say. It's for every Tottenham fan, it's the biggest game ever of the season. And for every Arsenal fan, and I'm delighted to say City have just gone 2-0 up. So anyway, where was I? No, I mean, it's got. You might think the game doesn't matter, but deep down it does. Come on, lads, admit it. You talk about Chelsea being the big. Chelsea are the noisy neighbours, the worst run club in football, and you think the game against them, a mid-table team, is better than a game against Tottenham tomorrow. Remember 2 years ago, you were fourth, we were fifth. Look what happened there. We put you out of Europe. Okay? And next Saturday, we're going to severely dent, or Sunday, we're going to dent your championship credentials because City are going to overtake you. End of the speech.
I'm going to say, what I will say is that it cracks me up that you think Chelsea is a bigger game when all you do is hold hands and talk about how much you hate Tottenham. You basically jerk each other off over how much you hate Tottenham when you go to that game. They roll over for you because they'd rather let you win because it hurts us or if it hurt us. That's how much you and Chelsea, you miles as well be in bed with each other. So say that's your enemy absolutely cracks me up. They're not your enemy at all. The reason that you should have...
You're supposed to be impartial.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Impartial, Mia. Impartial.
I just can't get my head around it when you look at it, even objectively, when you look at the history of Tottenham and Arsenal, how that can't... The fact that what happened in the past with Arsenal, Tottenham, the fact that you celebrate St Tottenham's Day because it means so much to you makes me laugh that actual Arsenal fans can sit here and say it don't mean
I
nothing.
don't celebrate.
But it doesn't matter. But your fans made a whole day for it. They made the celebration for it.
I know.
So it just I just think that to say that it don't matter, obviously I think it does matter. I think it does matter. I'm going to be honest. I think it does. But there we go.
I don't celebrate it.
So I'm going to have now, I want it to be a bit more of a debate, a back and forth, but we're going to keep it respectful, guys. Don't talk over each other so we can hear what you're saying. Do you think then it means more to Tottenham fans than it does Arsenal fans then, Brenny? Do you think that it's something to do with more that it's us than it is your general fans, not just you, because obviously it's just obviously one person. You can't really say that, but in general, do you think?
For a lot of Arsenal fans, it does mean the world, and we do, we do look forward. I look forward to games. I look forward to these games. I do look forward to the to other games as well, like Chelsea, like giving them a beat down. The thing is with the Chelsea thing, I am never in bed with Chelsea fans. I can't stand the club, and it runs deep. It runs deep to the 80s because I find that with Tottenham fans we banter each other, but for me it's always been friendly banter, And Stewie's in there in the chat. He's known me a long time. He would tell you the same. And it's always been that. It's banter. But there's mutual respect. In terms of how well you've done against us recently and finishing above us in recent seasons. You played. I think you played better football recently than you had done, let's say, last season, for example, under Conte. And but you see, for me, there's a whole different thing with the Chelsea thing, and that just goes back to the 70s and 80s with their fans and how terrible they were back in the days. And I just cannot forgive that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know I've got Chelsea fans. There's Chelsea fans who are mates, but the today Chelsea fans you can relate to as well. But wow, that history, man, it's like, oof, we've never had that at Arsenal Tottenham in terms of that, that kind of deep. I'm going to bring up, rating, because there's one or two fans over the years that have Arsenal fans and Tottenham fans have come out with that, and I don't like seeing that. So there is that respect, and that's my personal opinion.
I would say that Chelsea are one of those fan bases, though. They do stuff to us as well when we go there, obviously to do with the club and stuff. So Chelsea, I think, are well established as a club that have tendencies. Although when it happens, it's disgusting. Whoever does it, it doesn't matter who's doing it. Whatever fans are doing it, it's disgusting. And when it happens, don't forget when Saka got all that abuse. What did Tottenham fans do? We stood up and clapped him when he came to our stadium.
Well, this is exactly what I mean.
But that's because we wouldn't. None of us want to see any racism in football, and we all respect that, and that's the line. But when it comes to other respect, I don't respect you guys, not at all. I've got no mutual respect. I hate you as much as I love Tottenham. That's how much I hate Arsenal. So that goes deep for me, like it is a deep hatred, and it sounds really bad. I don't normally hate very often.
No, not at all.
What about you, Tottenham boys? You've not spoke up. Go on then, Philip.
Can I be an absolute heretic here and say something now? This is going to sound like heresy to Tottenham fans, right? But I respect Arsenal as a team, as a club, right? I don't like the team, but I respect them as a club. I think they're a well-run club, right? They're a more traditional club, as opposed to Chelsea, who are an abomination, who should never be allowed to, who should be relegated for their points deduction for their financial irregularities. I think I would rather lose to Arsenal than lose to Chelsea. The Chelsea game for me is the one I literally detest every season because their fans come along making gas chamber noises at the ground, stuff like that. Arsenal fans don't do that. So from that respect, well, I want us to hammer you on Sunday, but I do have a respect for your club because you're traditional. You're not this Johnny come lately, money come lately type team that Chelsea and City and United and all that have become. So that's the end of the respect for the night. But just let it be saying, my respect for the club doesn't extend to the team, by the way, just for the overall club. If that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't.
Yeah. What about you, Bobby? Your thoughts about if it means more to Tottenham than it does to Arsenal, like as in general with fans?
I think this game means probably more to Arsenal fans because we're actually in the title challenge still. More for the Tottenham fans just because they want to ruin the chances of us winning the title. That's literally all it's to do with. And it's like, I get it. Obviously, you guys haven't won the league for a long time and you would not want us to win it, obviously. And we wouldn't want you to win it, obviously. But for me, every game means exactly the same to me. Every game does. I have no hatred to any club, apart from one specific one that's in Manchester. But that's for different reasons. But yeah, that's the only team I actually do hate. I don't hate Tottenham. I've known Tottenham people for a very long time, and I've got family friends that are Tottenham fans, and I work with Tottenham people, and I have no issues with them. And so that's why I don't have any hatred, because, at the end of the day, I've been brought up differently. My granddad, who supported Arsenal in like the 1930s, always said, we're all football fans at the end of the day. You all choose whichever club you choose. But at the end of the day, we're all football fans and we still get along. And sometimes, like what Mr. Brady was saying and what you've said, Mia, about some of the fans in some fan bases are horrendous, and I can't stand it. There was when I went to the Wolves game as an Arsenal fan in the away end, and I was disgusted by my own set of fans with how they were trying to provoke the Wolves fans. Obviously, I live in Wolverhampton, so I don't want anyone having fights and stuff like that. And I was disgusted with my own fans because I don't like to see it. We're all there to watch football and all meant to be there to enjoy the football game. And I can't stand it. It's the one thing that I detest. But yeah, as I said, I think it's for different reasons. I think it's just as important for both sets of fans this weekend. And I'm sure Dermot's going to enjoy if Tottenham beat us. And I'll enjoy beating you guys, but only because it means that we've one step closer to possibly getting a trophy at the end of the season. But that's it. Not because we beat Tottenham.
Yeah.
I have to say, look, I agree with Philip. I actually do agree with all you said about Chelsea. I can't disagree with what any one of you have said about Chelsea. And I agree with Brenny. It's a special type of banter we have between Tottenham and Arsenal. It's a unique derby. Every derby is unique. The Glasgow derby is unique. The Merseyside derby was always the friendly derby. The Manchester derby it's all different. Tottenham and Arsenal, it goes back to, I think, and this is no pun at you guys below, but when you cheated against the stay into the league. And I think it started from then, the rivalry. And I think it's...
We don't hold grudges. It's only 105 years ago.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the tax rebate on that, by the way. But I have great crack with Bobby and Brenny. We have friendly banter. It's respectful banter.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I love listening. Bobby's got a great attitude. And I feel admiration for Bobby, his attitude towards football clubs and the way he is towards football. And so you, Brenny. And look, we may support different clubs, but I think Bobby's granddad was right. We're all football fans at the end of the day. And I think it's a tribal thing as well. But you have to respect your nearest neighbours, and you do have to somehow respect Arsenal. But I'm still waiting for the rebate for the 105-year bribe. I just want to know where my envelope went. That's I just
refund the council tax.
Yeah, that's it. But look, I loved what I love about North London Derby as well with the guys below. Is I love the banter we have, and it's good, friendly banter, and that's what it should be. Not like them Chelsea lot who don't even know they existed before 2004.
Well, Dermot, you know my story about that.
Yeah.
I met a Chelsea fan a couple of years ago. I started talking about football and who do you support? And I said, Tottenham. Who you support? Chelsea. Oh, geez, you had a great striker back in the 60s there, Peter Osgood. He didn't even know who Peter Osgood was. You know, that kind of summed it up for me.
Yeah, well, you know my thing that happened. Some kids some teenagers were picking on my nephew because he's wearing his Tottenham kit, and started. And I said to him, I started chatting to him about Chelsea, and I'm like, how do you know as much history about our club? I was like, you don't know your history of your bloody club. Go educate yourself. You should know about your history of your club. What's the matter with you? Like, they don't even know their history, which is crazy. These teenagers who support them don't even know their bloody history. So yeah.
Founded 2003. That's why.
Yeah.
So, shall we move on to the next question?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to go first to Philip on this one. What was your first memory of the North London derby?
Oh boy. Okay, I will remember ones before this, right? But the one that sticks in my mind mostly was 1971, when you seemed to have a habit of winning things at our place. When Arsenal came to Tottenham at the end of the season, we finished third that season, and you had to win the league. And I believe that the crowd started queuing up about 10 o'clock in the morning to get into the ground. There was thousands locked outside, and Arsenal won that night. And that's the one that sticks in my mind, because that one really sickened me for the rest of the summer. You know, that we'd let Arsenal win the league at our place. Then you went and did it again 20 years ago. So, you know, it's not going to happen this Sunday. You're not going to win the league there this Sunday, by the looks of what City are doing tonight anyway. But yeah, That was the, and then on the more memorable ones, the one that sticks in my mind is the 2008 League Cup semi-final 5-1. That's the most. That's of all the games we played. That's the most joyous one for me, I think. You know.
Yeah, understandable. Brenny, what about you? What's your memory of the North London derby?
I think it was the first one that I can remember. I remember it was on. I think it was on the big match or match day. It was a home game. I think we won 3-2. 3-2. I think Tony Woodcock scored that day. I think Charlie Nicholas got one. But yeah, I just remember it. I think it was a 3-2 win, and I just remember watching that on I think it was is John Motson commentary say it was match of the day. But you see, back in those days, wasn't allowed to go to Highbury unless when we were kids. My mum was like, "No, you had to go. You know, you got to go with, got to take your dad, got to take you. You know, can't just go by yourself." Blah blah. So it was all about. Before I went to Highbury, it was all about Capital Gold Sport and listening to games on there. And you know, but that was a game I remember. It was, yeah, I think it was a 3-2 win, and then it was just following games on Capital Gold. Obviously, before I went to Highbury, and then the first game I ever saw live on the box was 4th of Jan '87. On that, when we beat 2-1 at the Lane, and then that season 1987, we was on TV so many times. Like we had 3 games with you in the Littlewoods Cup semi-final, and yeah, so that was. But yeah, but going back to 1984, that was my biggest memory of that, and I know there was a lot of fans that day as well, because back in those days you can just, you know, you can just stand, isn't it, really, at games, and yeah. So that was probably my biggest memory, and then obviously all the games that followed that, because I was even surprised as well. Just before I finish, I was even surprised as well that over the years we've played you, where depending on even on how well we were doing in the league, we weren't always live, which was quite a surprise.
Yeah.
You know, in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, I was the same as you. I listened to a lot of them on the radio because my dad didn't like football. So me and my brother didn't get to go to matches because he didn't go, because he liked cricket and rugby. He made us watch, but my nan supported Tottenham. So we used to listen to them on the radio, and we used to sit around the radio, me and my brother, and then if you couldn't get to if they weren't on the radio for some reason, you have to teletext it, refresh, and then watch the highlights on Match of the Day. That's what we used to have to do back in the day. Dermot, what about you?
Oh God, I think like memories probably the '87 game in them 3 games in the Littlewoods Cup semi-finals. But I think my biggest memory was 1991 and actually being there and being at that semi-final and watching Gaza just put in that fantastic free kick where David Seaman just could have saved it, but he didn't. And then Lineker then a couple of minutes later making it 2-0, and then you getting one back through Alan Smith, you know, and it teased the second half, and then Gary Lineker I think Vinny Samways took Tony Adams away.
He did, yeah.
And it let Gary Lineker in, and I've always remembered Trevor Brookins said he should have saved that. David Seaman should have saved that goal, and it went through his fingers. But I remember that. I'm gonna stop you doing the double that year. I know you won the league, and you probably deserved to win the league that year, but we stopped you doing the double, and it saved Tottenham. It saved us as a club. That saved us as a club. So, 1991, of course, when we beat you 5-1 in the League Cup semi-final, and also beating you to stop you getting into Europe. Or no, was it Europe? The year you beat us 3-0.
Champions League.
So, but 1991, for me, my biggest memory, because I was there and the atmosphere was just fantastic. And Gaza's free kick. That free kick will live long in the memory in my memory banks, that free kick. Is he going to have a crack? He is, you know. Oh, what a goal.
I think Gaz's reaction after the match, do you remember when he was interviewed after the match? And I'm off now to get measured for me suit.
Yeah,
I tell you,
Brilliant.
can I just say very quickly? I think Arsenal and Tottenham fans both love Gaza. I think I don't know you guys below, but I think you secretly wanted a Gaza in your team, didn't you? Really, when he was at his peak.
He was quality.
Mm.
Quality.
Yeah, but
Top
yeah,
player.
91 for me, Mia.
91. Yeah, I was only in 91. I was only 9 years old at that point, so I was fairly young.
Giving away your age, Mia.
It's fine. I don't mind. Because, like I say, me, I used to have to always listen to it on the radio, and I didn't get to really go to many games until I got older. So I did go to a North London derby. I went to the most recent one was the one at Wembley, when they had a penalty and it got saved.
Oh yeah.
The atmosphere was brilliant. It was at Wembley. That's still the biggest attendance for a game in the Premier League because it was at Wembley. It was absolutely packed out. So I'm looking forward to going this week to go and get that atmosphere at our stadium because I haven't been to one at our new stadium. So I can't wait to go and see it. So the next thing,
Bobby didn't get to answer his. Mia.
Bobby, my bad. Sorry.
No,
Bobby.
it's okay. Mine's actually the same year as Dermot because I was also at Wembley. I was 10.
Oh, was that the fella I was chasing around the stadium? It was you then, right?
No.
Damn.
Well, unfortunately, the memory that I have of that game, not only did Arsenal lose, but unfortunately, it was the first time that I saw horrendous issues with football fans, like Tottenham fans and Arsenal fans, clashed outside on the way home, and it was horrendous. I was only 10, and that's why I've always said to me it should never come to that. So yeah, that's my first football memory of Tottenham. And as you know, Dermot, Gascoigne is the only Tottenham player I've actually got on a shirt. So he's not on the England shirt, bear in mind. But I loved him. Absolutely loved him. And to be fair, Lineker was amazing as well.
Yeah. That second goal, do you remember it? That flick from Gaza. It was like, was it Paul Allen to Gaza? Gaza flicked it. I think it was Paul Allen back to Gaza. Gaza flicked it to Paul Allen and he just put it across the 6-yard box. And Tony Adams made an absolute howler of a kick at it. And there was Lineker, do what he does best, just poked it in. What a game. What a game.
It was.
What a game indeed. So I'm going to go to Dermot first because obviously they're saying it doesn't matter to them. So let's see what they say about this. What would a loss mean to your club and for the rest of the season? Dermot.
It would. I'd be upset. I'd be horrified. I'd be really angry. I think Philip would have walked out. I think Philip will walk out the stream if we lost. Philip will then, won't you, Philip? You definitely will be. I'm leaving. He will leave straight away.
I've got form for that, so yeah, I have to admit.
Yeah. I'd be ready. And what did it do for our season? I think it would derail our season. Actually, I think it will finish our Champions League hopes. I think it will, and I think we'll be finishing 5th and 6th for me. But yeah, a loss on Sunday will be devastating. I'll be really upset and angry if we lose on Sunday.
Okay. Also, just a quick reminder to everyone, please smash the like button on all the different channels it is streaming on, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already to all the channels. Bobby, I'll come to you. What does it mean to you if you lost, and what do you think it'll mean for the rest of your season?
If we lost, then that definitely ends any hopes of any title challenge. Other than that, it's the performance I need. I need the performance on Sunday. And I've said this to Brenny constantly, if we perform to the best of our abilities and we still lose, I'm cool about it because we did our best. And that's how I always look at football. As long as we do the best we possibly can and we still lose, then we lost to the better team. It's as simple as that. So yeah, I'm chill. I'm chill as long as we perform well. If we play crap like we have done in this season, to be fair, and we get annihilated by you guys, then I'll be angry. But only because we lost. Not because we lost to Tottenham, it's because we lost. So that's how I am. That's how I'm sorry that I know a lot of Tottenham fans are struggling with the mindset that I am in, but that's just the way I am. A loss is a loss, a win is a win.
I do you know what, Bobby? I think people will respect you more for your attitude. I think, wouldn't they, Philip and Mia? I think a lot of people have more respect for Bobby and Brenny as well for the way you have. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans could take a lot from you two for your maturity and from your philosophy. And I think a lot of football fans could look at you two and think, do you know what? It is only a game, but it's a bloody big game.
Oh, it's
Sunday.
For me, every game's big. Every game's big. Because we all want to win titles. We all want to win cups. Even you guys, you want to win it. You want to win trophies. So to do that, you have to win every single game. And that's what I need. I need to win every game.
Brenny, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be happy because that would be, for me, we lose or even draw. I think it'd be the end of our title challenge, really. And the fact that, well, like Bobby, I don't like losing any game. No one likes losing a game. Yeah, I mean, but you know what it is as well? It's also, there are bragging rights. There's always bragging rights, I suppose, with our camps. You know what I mean? And but yeah, I would be disappointed. But if it was but I'd be disappointed even more if we just didn't show up and we didn't perform. If it was a case of we had more possession than yourselves and we had 15 shots and 8 or 9 of them on target and you only created 3 or 4 chances and you win 2-1, I'd be very disappointed in the performance. But actually, sorry, I wouldn't be as disappointed in the performance, but I would still be gutted thinking, we lost the game and, advantage City. So, but then I think with as much as we all love football, in for me on a personal level, things that's happened over the last 10 years, I just don't lose sleep anymore over football matches. As much as I love football, when we were kids, I didn't even want to go into school. When United beat us 6-2 in the League Cup back in '99, I didn't want to go to school. When Dermot just mentioned the 3-1 game, and I must admit that we had to go back to school the following day after we lost in the FA Cup to yourselves, and I was trying to avoid all the Spurs fans at the school. So you know what I mean? It was just but yeah, but no, it would be disappointing, but not devastating.
Okay. And Philip, what about you?
If we lose, and let's face it, I mean, it's being realistic. I mean, Arsenal haven't conceded a goal away from home in 6 matches. They're going to be a tough nut to crack on Sunday. If we lose, I'll be very, very disappointed for a couple of hours. The lucky I don't have a cat because I'd be doing a Kurt Zuma on us if I did. But I'll get over it, and it won't derail our season. Now, I'm just looking at United. They're 9 points behind us at the minute. But the United's last 2 games at home have been Sheffield United last night and Burnley on Saturday. Now, who made up them fixtures? So United should be coming pushing us for 5th, but I think we'll still hang on to get 5th. 4th is going to be gone. If we win on Sunday, we've got a chance. If we lose on Sunday, that's Villa in 4th place. And I think Germany is going to get the 5th spot for Europe, the way things are going at the moment, thanks to Man City, Liverpool and West Ham. Thanks a bunch, lads. We owe you. But no, I say Dermot knows I get very upset if we lose, but it passes pretty quickly, thank God.
Yeah, Philip, when we lose, I'm going. 10 minutes later, he's still there. I'm going, Dermot. I'm going. Yeah, Philip, you said that 10 minutes ago. I'm going. But when we do win, I've seen this live on stream where we're doing Sheffield United early in the season, guys, right? It's a true story. Philip saw Sheffield United score first before me because he was slightly ahead of me. Next thing I see Philip knee sliding. This is true, live on YouTube. Knee sliding on his sitting room. On the seats, his head going past his monitor screen. 1 minute it was there, next minute it was gone. So yeah, Philip is very how can I put it? Passionate. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Didn't mean to. Am I getting a yellow card? Hang on, I'll give myself a yellow card now.
Nothing wrong with being passionate. It's fine.
No, hang on, Mia. Sorry, I've got to give myself a yellow card for interrupting the host.
Fair enough. So the next question, I think we could have a bit more of a debate about. If you could pick 3 players from each club now, who would they be? So we could also maybe see. I've got in the past as well. I think there's plenty of great players that played for both clubs. I can say respectfully, I always loved Armoury, the way he played. You can't doubt that he was a fantastic player. Ian Wright, fantastic player. Bergkamp, fantastic player. So in the past, there's always been players that I've always thought that were good. But if we're going to go on current players, Brenny, I'll go to you first. Who would you take from Tottenham? 3 players.
Oh, current, because I'll tell you what, if he'd have gone back in time, I could reel off a load of players.
Yeah, we can debate and we'll talk about the others as well. We can.
Current players. I think I like he's not going to be playing on Sunday because I rate him very highly. You probably know what I'm talking about. Destiny Doggy, I think he's quality, and I think he will get better. He will improve. He's one player I would take. Another player I would take Morrison.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Morrison.
Madison.
Madison. Sorry, Madison. I keep saying. I did it again, didn't I, Bobby? I keep thinking of James Morrison, the actor from 24.
When you said Morrison's, I thought you were going down to the local shop to get some
Yeah.
water.
Madison.
I'm just going to Morrison's. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a Morrison's across the road from me. Madison I'll take. And it's gotta be Son. I'll take him.
Yeah, I think all good shouts.
I'll take him.
It's pretty good.
What about Philip? Who would you take from?
I have my 3. I know exactly who I'd take from the Arsenal team. I'd take William Saliba. I'd take Odegaard, and I'd take Saka.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. Bobby, who would you take from Tottenham?
Pape Sarr, Madison, and Kulu.
Interesting choices. I would never thought anyone would want to take Kulu. I'm going to be honest, because Tottenham fans get onto him a little bit. So that's actually very interesting that you chose Kulu. And Pape Sarr is brilliant. He's young, so he's still got a lot more growing to do in what he does, but he's very good. Dermot, who would you take?
I would take Odegaard because I think he's been fantastic this season. I really do, and I do rightly. This is going to be a little bit controversial, and Philip may not talk to me for the next month after I say this name. But Declan Rice.
You're not going to say him, are you?
No, I just wanted to see your reaction. That was all.
It's about to break stuff.
No, I'm not really. I would take Saka.
I might start talking to him in about a week's time after that.
Yeah.
Might.
I'm not taking him. I just wanted to see your reaction. I just did that deliberately. No, Saka and... Do you know what? I don't actually think of anyone else I would take apart from Odegaard and Saka, to be fair.
What's the lighter?
I think that's the only 2 I would take, to be fair. I think they're the only 2 players that really haven't let you down this season, where there's a lot of other players have let you down. But yeah, Odegaard and Saka for me, Mia.
Okay. You wouldn't take Ben White. It'd be good if you always go on Love Island.
Oh, okay then. Ben White. If I'm stuck for a 3rd player, I'll take him. That's fine. Yeah. He's not really loved at. He's not really loved at Arsenal, so we will take him.
And his fake tan. Yeah. So how about we do delve into 3 players of the past, because I think that's interesting. Like I say, there's loads of players that have come and gone that I feel have been brilliant at both teams. Admittedly, hated it when we played them. So I'm going to go to you first. Who would you take from the past? Who
was that first? Who's first?
You.
Me? Oh, right. Okay, Dennis Bergkamp have to be.
Yeah.
Thierry Henry and Robin van Persie.
Ooh. Yeah, good choices.
After saying Henry, I'm doing the same as you now. That's it. I'm off. That's it.
I knew it. That's why I put him in there. Sorry, I'm not talking to you. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not talking to you now. Tomorrow's.
Hold on. I'm not going to do refereeing between my own fans. Come on, boys.
Could you imagine tomorrow's stream? It would be pure silence for an hour. Be hung up.
No, they'll be talking to each other through the message. So basically, they'll be going typing and saying something, and then the other one has to read it out.
Oh, love it.
Bobby, who would you take from Tottenham from the past?
Okay, Klinsmann's got to be there. Gascoigne. Oh, it's tough actually because there's quite a lot, as you said. I'm going to have to say Ginola, just because he made me smile when I saw him play.
Yeah, love Ginola. What about you, Dermot? Who would you take?
I would say Tony Adams, because after I read his book, he was he is an inspiration to people that are going through what he went through. So I have to say Tony Adams. Ian Wright, because I just love Ian Wright. He's such a chirpy character. He's passionate and he wears his passion on his heart and his sleeve. So I say Ian Wright. And then I think if I go back, I'm stuck between 2, but I think I would have to go for David. Not David O'Leary. Who was the other one? Oh, what's his name? He went to Italy, Philip. He played for Jack Charlton, subbed him off in his last game before the night. Liam Brady. There you go. Yeah. And Liam Brady, I'll take him. He scored 4 goals against us, I think, in the early 80s in one game.
1980, early 1980, I think it was. 5-0 to Arsenal. That was around Christmas time. That ruined my Christmas as well.
Yeah. So Liam Brady for me.
Okay. Brenny, what about you? Who would you take from Tottenham?
Paul Gascoigne, Jurgen Klinsmann, and he was from down the road from me, Glenn Hoddle. He was quality.
Yeah.
Mia, can you ask Mr. Moyles why he didn't include Paul Merson in his 3?
Because I didn't want to upset you even more than I already have. You know what? I'm surprised you guys below didn't pick people like Steve Perryman or Garth Crooks or Steve Archibald.
And I've met Steve Perryman as well.
Yes, he's been on here. Yeah. If there was one player... Just want to ask Bobby one question. Sorry, guys. If you could pick one player from the 60s and 70s from Tottenham, who would you pick, Bobby? If you could pick 60s one.
Hang on. How old do you think I am?
No, but you being a football fan, you should know your history.
I couldn't even be honest and tell you that I know any players from the 60s and 70s.
Pat Jennings?
He's the 70s, wasn't he, Bren?
Yeah.
60s.
Yeah.
60s. He started and he made his debut in 66 for Tottenham.
I couldn't tell you who played for Tottenham, mate. I couldn't. So it'd be
He's
unfair.
the only one player I think who's respected by both fans, isn't he? Pat Jennings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
But
Yeah.
Can I just tell a story that came out on the trip I did around the stadium? I forgot to tell you this, Dermot. This is an absolute cracker. Remember back in 1981, we drew 2 each with Wolves in the FA Cup semi-final, and the replay was at Highbury, right? And we won that game 3-0. Ricky Villa scored 1 and Garth Crooks got 2. But apparently, the Spurs team were in the home dressing room that night, right? And apparently now, allegedly, they wrecked the bloody place. And the fans were outside tearing up seats and pulling up corner flags and everything. And the chief constable that was in charge of the match, who actually happened to be a Tottenham fan, went into the dressing room and says, "Lads, could you go out on the balcony and speak to your fans and try and get them to cool down a bit? But no hurry." Now, I don't know whether I'm making that up or not, but Jesus, it was a great old story, you know?
Yeah, what a great story. Yeah, for me, I would probably take Ian Wright, Bergkamp, and probably Armoury.
Oh yeah.
So,
How could you take Armoury? Seriously, how could you? They cheat in
it's
French so and so.
It's a quoi? What can I say?
Yeah, his biggest fact. Well, mind you, Maradona was the greatest player in the world, and that wasn't a handball, by the way, in '86. To everyone's disbelief.
It was a handball. Don't even start, right? Don't even start.
Do you know what? What he was doing?
I'm the referee around here. Don't forget.
Mia, second yellow card's needed here, I think. Second yellow card.
He was scratching his head at the time because he forgot to put his washing machine on. That's what happened.
This Irish bias, man. Hush. No more of that rubbish, or you will be sent off. Not having it. So the next one is, if you could pick any manager from the past, who would you pick to manage your club? Very interesting. I'll go to you first, Brenny. Who would you take from Tottenham?
To manage the club now, any manager from Tottenham. You've had some good managers. No, I'm just thinking about all your managers from way back. I thought Jerry Francis was a good manager for you back in the 90s.
Oh, good. That's something good.
Yeah. Apparently, Christian Gross was a very much an Arsenal lover back in the day. Apparently, when he got his travel card, he got off at the wrong bit of the Seven Sisters. So he meant to go to Arsenal, but ended up at Tottenham. So there you go. It's funny how has fate intertwines us. But there you go. There you go. Look.
Here's Oyster card.
Yeah, look at there you go.
No, I would have to go for manager.
Do you want me to come back to
you? I'd have to say Terry Venables. He was a very clever manager. Tactically as well, you know. I'd say Venables.
Okay, Philip, who would you take from Arsenal?
Arsene Wenger. Has to be, really. I think the most successful manager you've had in a long, long time. The only other one I can think of, going way, way back, is a former Tottenham player who managed Arsenal, Herbert Chapman, back in the 30s.
Okay. Yeah. Bobby, who would you take from Tottenham?
Easy, Harry. All day long. All day long.
Down envelope and all.
I love him. Absolutely love him.
How can you not love Harry Redknapp?
You can imagine Harry
Redknapp.
You can imagine Harry Redknapp with the London Coney training ground, right? Transfer deadline night, wandering down his window. You could just imagine it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Joe, it's funny because obviously a lot of people at my age probably would say Pochettino has been their favourite manager, but mine has always been Harry Redknapp. I love Harry Redknapp. I just love his personality. Just love the way he is. He was just, and he got us to that point as well to get into into Champions League as well. So big up Harry. Dermot, who would you take?
Oh, see, Philip took Harry Chapman. He took that one. I can't pick George Graham because he did manage us, so I can't pick him.
Well, technically you can, because that's still technically the manager of theirs.
Do you know, somebody put it into the chat, and it was actually Colin. Bertie Mee.
Yeah, that was a good choice. I was thinking of him as well.
Who won the double for Arsenal in 71. I'll go for Bertie Mee.
Okay.
For me.
For me.
Yeah, I'd go Arsene Wenger, because obviously the most successful recent manager, I think, for me. So it would be him. Oh my God, Wayne Bonner putting in a chat. Just he keeps putting ones in just for the crack.
So, Dermot, say Stuart Houston. Okay, because you've been a member for 8 months, and this is a thank you from me and Philip to you. Okay, I'm changing it for Bertie Mee to Stuart Houston. There you go. Just for you, Wayne.
I think the best answer to that is Houston. We've got a problem.
Yeah. Philip, you want to say anything to Wayne? Member for 8 months. Thank you so much, Wayne. What a legend.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks for sticking with us. You know, hopefully there's another 8 months on the way or more.
And do come on Saturday, Wayne, for the fan show. Me and Philip are doing the fan show on Saturday, so do come on for that. Your membership does allow you, so please come on.
Big up to Dan. Poor thing can't go to the game. That's such a shame. I would have liked to see you there, Dan, but no, it's a shame that you can't go. He's a member of mine for 8 months, but yeah, that's fine. I thought it was Wayne Bonner's chat was on my one, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, was it on your one? Oh, sorry. Oh,
that's
sorry.
Right. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Wayne,
it didn't.
Are you tweeting us? You double time. You're two timing us.
Joe, what I think will be an interesting debate is what I just said, who I believe our best manager's been in my time anyway. In your time, Bobby, who do you think Tottenham's best manager has been? Like, obviously, that you've seen.
Oh, that's tough, that. I'll be honest. I don't want to just stick with Harry, but it's got to be Harry or Terry, isn't it? It's got to be one of those two. I'm going to go with Harry because I just think that he made Tottenham significant again, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I'm going to stick with Harry again. Sorry.
Dermot, in your lifetime, who's been the best manager Arsenal have had that you've seen?
Well, I think Terry O'Neill was a bit of a disaster for you guys. He was. You're right there, Philip.
A disaster for us guys as well.
Yeah, I mentioned Terry O'Neill and Philip starts coughing, so I apologise about that, Philip. I would actually have to say, look, Arsene Wenger is an easy shout, but for me, my lifetime for Arsenal, it would have to be George Graham. Yeah. I think he brought Arsenal from really being nowhere to being a really successful side. He was very good at bringing in the young players. So for me, George Graham, and it was very good at brown envelopes as well. Bless him. And dodgy car parks and service stations.
Who do you think's been the best manager for Tottenham?
I would say, in terms of, there's one other manager I've actually forgotten, but I mean, I know more about Venables, but I think in the early 80s, you had Keith Bergenshaw. He won some trophies for you, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's, you know, I mean, the game for me, it is about going out to win trophies, but I still think with Terry Venables, had he been at Tottenham for 10 years, he probably would have won more than an FA Cup. So I'll still go with Terry Venables.
You go. Philip, who do you think has been the best manager that you've seen? For
Spurs or Arsenal?
For Arsenal.
Please say David Pleat, Philip, for Tottenham.
Well, for Arsenal, I said Wenger was the best one. I think I've got to stick with him. I think he's the best one I've seen. Bertie Mee was good as well. George Graham was good, but I think for sheer trophies won, you've got to go for Mr. Wenger.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it'd be in my lifetime, Arsene Wenger has been the one that I would say.
Yeah.
So,
very quickly, Mia, just want to answer Wayne Bonner's point here. It says, come on, Dermot, we had Pleat. No one was better at car parks and dodgy envelopes than he was. Can I just say, he was always been sponsored by the RAC and AA because he was always breaking around dodgy corners in Luton. Now, it wasn't his fault, but he bought bad cars, so that's why he kept breaking down. So can I just put that allegedly? I was told last night I have to say allegedly. So allegedly he bought dodgy cars from Del Boy and Rodney. So but yeah, big up Wayne. But yeah, David Pleat was the man that picked up allegedly dodgy cars from the Trotter brothers. Allegedly.
Big up Daniel. So the next question is going to be, I think we can debate this. I think we don't have to go around the houses for this. I think this is probably one we can debate. Where will each team finish at the end of the season? So someone start it off and then we can debate it because obviously we might
Sorry, Jeff, I didn't get that. What did you say, Jeff? Sorry. Jeff, I didn't quite hear that. What did you say? Sorry.
You're pushing your luck, you are, mate.
I'd say Arsenal second and Spurs fifth.
I agree.
Okay.
That gets me done. I agree.
Oh, this is a very good debate.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Me too.
I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to say Arsenal third and Tottenham fourth.
Yeah, could be.
Controversial.
We have got two games in hand, Villa, but the problem is 2 games in hand against Chelsea and Manchester City.
You know, this doesn't happen very often. Very rarely this happens, but I agree with Mia. I mean, it's very rarely this happens.
I'm just saying it for a laugh. I don't actually believe it. I think it would be set up.
But Mia, I'm that delusional. I believe it.
I just want to get the debate going. But,
I'm going down to the bookie. I'm going down to the bookies tomorrow. Stick a €10 on Arsenal finishing third, and then I'm gonna So there for me, third and fourth. Arsenal third, Tottenham fourth.
For the Arsenal guys, if you do come second, will this, do you think, be the end of Arteta, or are you willing to give him more time?
I'll let you start, Bryn, because I think it's going to be the same answer, to be fair.
Yeah, well, if he takes it to the last day of the season, I would give him another season, because for me personally, I know at Arsenal, past managers, forget Rioch and Emery, they're always given time, and I think he's had a lot of time. But in my lifetime, I'm used to quick success. George Graham first came in, he won a trophy, and then in his third season, he won a league title. Arsene Wenger, his first full season, he won a double. You know, and for me, there's all this. You know, a lot of Arsenal fans have bigged up Arteta to the point where, you know, he is a fantastic manager. He's this, he's that, and I'm thinking, okay, that's fine. He's don't get me wrong, he's done well. I think he has improved over the years, but he's almost been there 5 years, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? How many more years does the fans want without any success? And then at times always playing down the League Cup like it's nothing. And the League Cup, for me, even though we've only won it twice, still means everything to me. So I would give him, if we don't win the league this year, I'll give him one more season.
Okay. I think a lot of fans are willing to give him that time, but it'll be interesting to see if halfway through next season, if you are as patient, if you're out of competitions, and that you see if you have that patience, it's going to be very interesting to see. Because I think some fans will turn. I think they will, and your fans have got a tendency to turn quicker than milk, to be fair, on a hot sunny day. So
not recently.
Not recent. I don't know, because even when you lost against Bayern, you lost against Aston Villa, there was a slight little mini meltdown from some of your fans, definitely.
Mia, sorry to interrupt you. You know what it is as well. What it is basically is because you've got sections of those Arsenal fans that they've wanted him out from time. I was one of those. And it got to a point where last season he basically turned me around because I was just on the fence, and I'm still on the fence now, just like Bobby is as well. We just want to see him do well. We want him to succeed, you know. And but then I find that with our fans, I don't know how I can't really talk for your fan base and how your fan base was with the Conte situation, but with us, it's just a case of we tend to attack each other as well, which I don't like, and it's annoying. And it's got to a point now where what's going to happen? This is what I personally think. I think it'd be a case of we finish second or third. The Arteta outs will be, see, I told you, and they'll tell the ones who want him to remain at the club. I told you. What did I say? Yeah, if we win the title, the ones that are Arteta in will have a go at the outs. And see, what did I say? See, and you didn't want it. And think, well, hold on a minute, we're Arsenal. We're all Arsenal fans at the end of the day. Let's celebrate. Let's embrace each other. Let's rejoice. You know what I mean? So there is that, and I just think those ones have never left. Just like the Arteta ins are still there, and they haven't switched. They still feel love for the manager. Fair enough. That's how they feel. But the ones who are out, they're happy. They are happy when we do win matches. They are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't like this talk about, oh no, they're not. They're disappointed because we've won 4-0 with fun. No. I think what we have to do as fans, we have if you're going to watch each other's podcast, actually listen to what Will's saying. Listen, because sometimes we don't listen to each other. Say, oh yeah, he wants him out. Listen to what they're saying. So yeah, that's my take.
I'd like to know your view on Postecoglou. Actually, I think that's quite interesting because I'll get obviously we can have our view on Arteta as well.
Yeah.
But what's your point of view on Postecoglou?
Good manager. He's for me, it's just a case of they've got a fourth. So he's. I mean, he plays with a high line. I find with when you play with a high line, it can work in your favour and sometimes it cannot. But I just think he's since you sold Kane, he's made you play and work harder as an 11. There is a difference, and it's basically what he's brought to Celtic. What he's brought to Celtic, he's for me, I would say maybe next season he could deliver you a trophy. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's what most Spurs fans are hoping for. This is the transition season. The next season is where we actually go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree, Bobby, or do you disagree with?
Regarding Arteta, totally agree with Bren. Regarding Ange, with the 200, 250 war chests you've got this summer, he should do bits. I loved his football at Celtic. Dermot, I've told you this loads of times, and
we've talked a lot about it, haven't we? Really, when we've done things, how much we both you love Ange. I know you have, and you've said it. And
his football style is incredible, but it is a high risk football. But you can wing it because Celtic walked away with the league last season. Let's be honest, and this season Brendan's totally ruined it. But it is a high risk with Premier League teams when you do that kind of system. But if Ange gets the backing in the summer, which so I've been told is about 200, 250 million, he should be able to get the players in that cover his style of play, and you should be fine. You should be pushing for something next season, hopefully for you guys. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I believe that too. So your thoughts, Dermot, on Arteta, and if he doesn't win anything this season, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think they should persevere with him? And do you think that Arsenal fans have got the patience to, if, like I say, they're out of cups early on, and they're obviously maybe in the league around there again, but do you think that they might get impatient with him?
This will be the Arsenal fans if this will be the Arteta in fans at the end of the season. Look, I call Arteta a Lego man for a reason, and Brenny and Bobby know this. He takes him apart every evening and puts him into a little box. And then when he wakes up in the morning, she puts him together and then puts him in his Lego car, and he goes to Arsenal in his Lego car, and they have to take him apart and put him back together again because he's Lego man. I think Arsenal should have got rid of Arteta over a season ago. If they really wanted to succeed, I think they should have got rid of him. I brought a manager in that could. He doesn't play the Arsenal way. All your managers were successful because you started with a strong defence. And I don't feel Arsenal are strong in that department. And I don't know if Brenny or Bobby would agree. But I think you need a George Graham type Arsene Wenger manager in there that will, is going to be there for the next 6, 7, 8 years and guide your club, because you've got a lot of youngsters coming through that need guiding. So I think Arteta should go. Personally.
Okay. Philip, are you in agreement, or do you agree with the Arsenal lads?
I'm surprised actually that Arteta kept his job 2 seasons ago. I think there was a fair old out regime there. When we beat them into 4th place. I think last season he did very well, extremely well, and I think everyone expected him to push on this season, which you have done up to an extent. So you'll always get out. We had, I call them plastic fans, posting on the internet after we lost to Newcastle and out. Come on, lads. Ange is in his first season. Arteta's in his 5th. You can't compare the two. Ange has probably done it quicker than Arteta has done. The next season we're expecting good things from Tottenham, but I think Arteta is probably becoming second in the league to a team like Man City. If that's what happens, there's no disgrace in that, and I think he's bought himself at least another season.
Fair enough. So the final question is going to be the score predictions. So I'll go to you first, Bobby. What do you think what's your score prediction for Sunday?
I hate doing score predictions. Brenny knows I hate doing it even when it starts.
These aren't my questions. I'm just saying these are not.
Oh no, I always do it. I hate doing them. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Yeah, 2-2.
Okay. Do you think that hinders your title chances if you get the draw?
100%. 100% you will.
Okay. What about you, Brenny? What do you think?
2-1. It'd be a very, very, very tough 2-1, and I think that's mainly because of what's happened tonight as well. Because I think if Brighton had got a result tonight, I think our attitude may have been a little bit different, and I find at times we disrespect our opponents by just thinking all we have to do is turn up, and we've been guilty of that over the years. So I'll say a very hard fought 2-1.
Okay, Dermot, what's your score prediction?
I am going for a 3-0 Spurs. Yeah, very funny, Philip. I'm going for a 3-0 Spurs win. I think I'm going for 3-0. I think we're going to go out there and just going to have them fired up like he would have them fired up for like the Celtic dub. And why he's going to have fired up, because you're going to watch Michael Collins before that, and he's going to watch the little speech when he's on top of the box, and he's going to say, we will refuse to be beaten. He's going to go out there with the refusal bit, that our biggest weapon is our refusal to be beaten by Arsenal, our refusal to take anything but 3 points off Arsenal, and our refusal to let them fans go home happy. That's what he's going to say. He's going to be fired up. They're going to go out there, bash Arsenal 3-0. Arsenal fans will go home crying, and Spurs fans will be dancing in the street singing, Ange is a hero with his kangaroo. And that's it. But 3-0 Spurs.
By the way, if that was an audition for Liam Neeson's part, don't ring us, we'll ring you.
Hang on, we'll just get rid of this. I don't know who this fella is.
Anyway, do you know what I think is going to happen on Sunday? Now, Arsenal have played 3 matches since we last played, right? There's going to be an element of what Bobby was saying there. Maybe City are winning 4-0 now, so that's City 3 more points behind you by a point. They've got a game to go. I think it'll be one of 2 things from Spurs. One, will be too relaxed after not playing for 2 weeks, right? Or B, Arsenal might just be a bit leggy, right? And if that's the case, I think we can exploit that. It's going to be very, very tight. You know, I reckon I'm going to go for 2-1 to Spurs, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was a draw. It really wouldn't.
Okay. I was going to ask you, Dermot, who do you think's going to score for Tottenham?
I think my man Johnson's going to get one. Sonny will get one. And do you know what? I think Romero's going to score one with a header from the corner. And I think Romero will get the first one. He's the one that's going to get the fans pumped and the players pumped.
Well, I'm most certainly going to be pumped.
It's cool heads, isn't it, Philip? From Romero and them guys, it's cool heads. We can't. What, Philip? What's wrong?
Another VAR issue. One of the Brighton players went down under a tackle in the City penalty area, and there's been no penalty given where it looked like a stonewall penalty to me. But anyway, maybe not.
Well, there you go.
Joe, I think we're due a penalty ourselves because we've only had one all season, which is an absolute joke.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
We've not had any because we all know why. Because of obviously they don't want to give us any since the Liverpool incident. So I think we're due a penalty. I think Sonny's going to get the penalty, and I think that we're going to win 3-2. And I think that the other scorer will be Richie with a brace. So I think that's what will happen. I think it'd be a high scoring game, and I hope it is entertaining because obviously I want to be entertained, but I don't want to be having a heart attack either. So we'll have to wait and see on that. I've got my watch on, and it'll tell me my heart rate. I'll give you an update when I come out of the stadium how high my heart rate is.
So if we hear the ambulance, Nino, we know it's gone too high.
Can I just say big up to Riley Taylor? It says, Dermot, how do you feel about Spurs women's first trip to Wembley having a sellout crowd for the FA Cup final? I'm actually not going to answer it. I'm going to let Bobby answer that because Bobby is a very big advocate. Thank you. For women's football. And of course, he does own a football club himself. He owns one just across from his house. I
do not.
You do. He does. He does. Yeah. He just owns a football club near him. He doesn't have to pay for tickets. He can just stick his head out the window. Oi, clean that stand properly. Oi, why haven't you mown that grass? That's what Bobby.
Yeah.
But Bobby, I let you because it's a big thing, the Wembley Cup final for Tottenham.
I
a sellout crowd, what's your thoughts on that? Because I know
absolutely fantastic.
Can I say, is it right? You work within football, so
yes.
I let you say that because
it's a beautiful thing. I know that Colm was trying to get tickets for the game himself, but he was complaining about the prices. But the prices haven't put off people at all. So big up to everyone that has bought a ticket for that, and I hope it is a great final. Dermot, you covering it?
I will be, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully should be able to join you. Hopefully, but yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And I think you drew 2-2 last weekend with them as well. So it kind of suggests that
we
you're
did.
not out of it. Like I said, you weren't, because Man United have been good, but Tottenham, I have to be honest, have been really impressive this season in the Women's Football League.
Spurs are on their way to Wembley.
Joe, the only thing I will say about the tickets is the way that they've distributed them. I think is a bit of a joke. I think they should have had more because I think it's Wembley. Why not have as many as possible? Surely it's better to get as many people as possible to the game. And I was trying to get a ticket, so it's been difficult for me because I've got no memberships or anything. So it is a lot harder for me to be able to get a ticket. But I'd have loved to go on. If I can get one still, I'm going to try and get one and go. But I think it's bad the way they've done it. They should have just let as many people as possible go. Why restrict it? I don't understand what the restriction was all about.
What are they restricting the qualified?
If you've got a season ticket as a man, like for the men's team, you get one ticket. If you're one member, I think you get one ticket.
Yeah.
If you're female, if you're
I got my email today for the Women's Cup final from my membership. I've got an email this morning actually for it. I can get a ticket.
Thank you for interrupting me for that. Are you going to get one?
I am. I want to get one. I actually do want to go. I actually do want to go.
So yeah, the way the tickets have been distributed, I think it's a joke. It's massive at Wembley. Why not do it as many, like just make it so more people can go? I don't understand it. Surely that would be better for the game, for the women's game. Yeah. I don't know why.
Riley, we are covering because we're a Tottenham channel. We have a right to cover our team's watch-alongs. Everyone does watch-alongs, and we're doing it because we are a Spurs channel and they're a Spurs team, and we will cover it. So everyone has a right to do what they want. But just to say, because I do just women's football, doesn't stop us doing Tottenham's women's football. It's like Bobby does most of the women watch-alongs on his channel. He has a right to do it, and we have a right to do it. So it's not exclusively just the one channel. Mia could do it as well if she wanted to. It's not exclusive to you. We all got to work together. I know we're all on YouTube. It's a tough gig out there. I get that. But if Tottenham are in a cup final, we will cover it because it's our club. That's all I'm going to say. Sorry.
Did you see what Dan said? He said he's managed to get a ticket but couldn't get a ticket for his son. Only seats together or up in the sky and too steep for him. I got mine yesterday and all at the end of the pitch. Why are they doing that? I don't understand what the logic is in doing that when they've got a massive stadium. It's crazy.
Can I just say, Dan, if you do, I have a membership. If you want to use my Hotspur membership, get in touch with Mia will get in touch with me, and we can we sort something out for your son. But you can use my membership if you want to get a ticket through that. So the offer's there, Dan. Just get through Mia, and then I get through, and then I'll see what we can do. Is that fair enough, Mia?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Also, big up to Jess. Please make sure you go over to JSY Talks Football and subscribe to her as well. She's a lovely lady, so please make sure you go over and subscribe.
Big up, Jess. And then Riley's just come back. Yeah, we're doing it because we're impartial, equal, and stream to 2 channels. You guys do Spurs. I cover the big areas. Good night. I'm out of here. Fair enough.
That's your choice.
What was that old saying years ago? It's your choice. It's your...
It's my party. I can do what I want to.
No.
No,
I just want to ask you all one question before we end off the debate. It's just come to me. Bobby, I'll start with you, Bobby, and then Mia, I'm going to end with you because you are a lady and we're going to let you close out the show. If you could change one thing from Tottenham Arsenal, from all the years that North London derbies have been in the past, which one would you like to reverse? One game, you think back through the years, you think, God, I wish I could have changed that result. Which one would it be in your lifetime?
In my lifetime, the FA Cup semi-final in 1991, because I was there. That was my first visit to Wembley as well. So, yeah, definitely that one, without a doubt.
Yeah. Brenny?
Yeah, it'd be that as well. Definitely that. Because then we'd have possibly had our second double. Because I think it was either yourself or us that would have beaten Forest or West Ham respectively in that in the other semi.
Yeah, fair enough. Philip?
Yeah, the 71 game. I mean, that was the one that gave Arsenal the title at our place. I'm just thinking back to that season. Arsenal won the FA Cup, they won the league, and we won the League Cup. So everything stayed in North London that season, which is quite an achievement. Yeah, no, 1971, second last game of the season at White Hart Lane. It was on a Monday night, I remember.
Yeah. For me, the FA Cup semi-final in '93 when you beat us 1-0. I think if we could revert when we got to the semi-final with Anderton and Nicky Barmby, and a great season we had, that for me, I wish I could reverse that game to get us to our second final in sort of a couple of years. Mia?
It'd have to be the last one when they won the Prem at our stadium, because I think that always hurts because they've always got that on
20 years
us.
ago today, that is 20 years ago today.
Yeah, I was 21 years old, but a young lady I was. I would think that for me, that hurt when I was younger, knowing that they did that. So, yeah, that one for me.
Well, that is it. That is the North London debate. I don't know who won. I think I'll call it a draw. I think that is
I'm
fair.
I'm the referee. I think I should decide.
Okay, then. Be impartial, Mia.
Impartial. I think that Tottenham just slightly edged it.
Hang on. Bobby's asking for something. Hang on. Bobby's asking for something. Hang on.
He's trying to fight. Here we go.
Hang on. Bobby's asking for this.
The VAR.
You need to talk
There's
to
been no error.
No,
Sorry.
hang on. You need to talk to Philip. Philip,
No.
what's happening on the screen in front of you? What do you agree with the referee? I'm talking to you, Philip. What do you reckon?
Oh, I'd never disagree with referee. Never.
Okay,
never.
then fine. It stands.
There we go.
Never. You believe that? You believe it.
And
Just
on
like on Sunday, Tottenham are going to be the winners.
yeah, and I don't know where my. Oh yeah, and this one. I'm sorry, Bobby. It's they have upgraded it from a yellow to this. So there you go. I'm sorry. On that bombshell. Right. Let everyone plug their channel. Bobby, where can people find you? Know how to do the single screen thing, Bobby. So I let you.
Oh, you want me to do it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want me to now do stuff? Okay. You'll see me tomorrow on the Armoury TV, where I'm going to bring you all back because I don't know. It's Mr. Brady and Dermot joining me tomorrow.
I am. I haven't actually told Philip yet. I was
Oh,
going to
okay.
surprise him with it.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Philip.
I've got
What
my
time
preview tomorrow.
Time is that at?
7.
Yeah, I should be back. I have to go away in the morning, but I should be back. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you'll catch my preview tomorrow with the Tottenham lads tomorrow. So it will be entertaining. Brenny already knows what I've got planned for him because Brenny's not available, but he's doing some part of the show for me. So yeah.
Definitely.
I'll put Brenny up now. Brenny, where can they find you, my friend?
Everybody, yeah, you can find me Brenny Kate74 on X. You could also find me doing little bits on Instagram, but mainly X. And you can, of course, find me on the Armoury TV. Like, share, subscribe to THFC till I die. Thank you.
Do you want me to bring me up on solo as well?
Yeah,
mate?
bring Mia up solo as well.
Mia, where can they find you?
No.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's how we roll here, Mia. It's how we roll.
Joe, if I had my way, I wouldn't have had my camera on at all. I just don't like the camera. I'm not a camera person. So put me on the big screen, this freaks me out. I don't like it.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Don't look at my face like that.
But here we go. We'll put him on the big screen now. Dermot, where can they find you, my friend?
Oh, me. Sorry. I was looking for Casper the Ghost. Sorry about that. Yeah, if you like what me and Philip have to say, please hit the like button and subscription button, of course, on THFC Till I Die. Thank you so much for the lads from the Armoury coming over. The lads are joining us for the North London Derby on Sunday. They're both coming over into the line.
Oh, yes.
And before you go, if you do want to get our Wrath, which is both both Bobby's and ours official partners, please hit the QR code below me and put in THFC Till I Die for 10% off. But yeah, THFC Till I Die, and also Double Dumb Gaming, our gaming channel. Please give that a like and subscribe if you can as well. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Mr. Brady, where can they find you?
Same place as him.
Fair enough.
Can I just say what my channel actually is? You didn't have to be on big screen for me to say it.
Go on then, Mia.
You can find me at Spurs Between the Lines. So come over. Everyone's welcome. As long as you keep it respectful. If you don't keep it respectful, then you're getting booted out.
Can I just say, Philip, your 3-year warranty ran out yesterday. So if you break down, I have to pay for you now. Just like
okay. Right, okay.
Yeah, I like that from Philip. Where can we find you?
I have to go and pick up my car tomorrow. Hoping it's a warranty job.
I like Philip. You put him on the big screen. Where can I find you? I'm with him.
Should it be I'm with stupid? Isn't that where you get the T-shirt? I'm with stupid.
Yeah, should have. Yes. I'm not talking to him. I'm sorry. I'm not talking to him. Sorry, I forgot.
Anyway, I have to go on to another Arsenal channel. Do you know, it's like I'm going on to Carl's channel in about 5 minutes.
Oh, enjoy.
So
enjoy.
Wish me luck.
Yeah. I do definitely wish you luck there.
Yeah. It might end up in a punch up between me and Carl. You know, it might end up in 50 cups and everything. But if you are going to wonder it, please follow me over. If somebody can put Carl's link into the channel, when you lads can, please follow me over there, because I'm going to go over there to Carl's channel. Thank you so much, Philip. I will speak to you in the morning. Thank you so much, Mia, for hosting. Absolutely impartial, brilliantly done. And I have to say, I'm so glad you followed the guidelines that we set out for you. And well done on the questions as well.
Improving the result.
Yeah, definitely.
And the result was an outstanding one as well.
Yeah, it was a Spurs win. Brenny, a legend. Always glad to have you speak to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
No, I look forward to it. Sunday should be fun. And Bobby as well.
Definitely.
Well, what can you say about Bobby? Even though he is an Arsenal and Rangers fan, he's still probably one of the nicest guys on YouTube. But on that bombshell.
Guys, I have actually put the link in as well for the stream to Carl's channel, which is starting in 10.
This is where I'm heading over to now. So please come over there, hit a like and subscription on him. Jess, thank you so much. It's great to see you in. We have to get you on the podcast as well, Jess, as well. So hit the subscription button if you can on our channel. I'd be very grateful. Guys, that is the North London Derby debate. Spurs, of course, have won. Arsenal are now going to go off crying into the night sky as me and Philip and Mia celebrate. Oh, sorry. Me and Philip are going to celebrate as Mia's now going to go off to find Romero. And then that's it. But come on, you Spurs. In big
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Arsenal.
Come on, you Spurs.
This
is Arsenal.
Can I just put this on right? This is 30 seconds, but this is what we're going to do to you on Sunday.
What do they say? Verano was mild, the day was motorless, wasn't true. The